Welcome. This is Jim Hazard, and I'm going to speak to you about the partnership between BlockScience Labs and CommonAccord. CommonAccord is my long-term, slow-moving project to move legal documents onto GitHub and collaborate on them like open source software. So BlockScience Labs is developing a workflow that allows the management of complex data science projects essentially through the GitHub type of workflow. And that's totally consistent with bringing in the legal component of that, that is, managing your legal dependencies like your software dependencies. So here is the brief announcement of that collaboration. And this is the homepage of CommonAccord, but you'll come to see most of it is on GitHub. Most of the activity is on GitHub. So as a first project, we did a SaaS agreement, that is the contract between the users of the BlockScience Labs service and BlockScience Labs. This is just total dog fooding. The purpose here is to not only create the agreement, but also show how you can manage all agreements that are relevant to the data science project through this paradigm. And Chris Fraser has created a project here. The project was based on, so where would you get the terms of your SaaS agreement? The project is based on a SaaS agreement called a sales agreement from Y Combinator, which was proposed by them and still up on their website. And we did that and had success in doing that in the early stages. But like any open source project, you care a lot about how active the contributions are. And if you note in this, the contributions to this template agreement are not active at all. That is, it's been many years since there were any updates to it. So a question would be, where is that the best place to start from? And the answer, we think, is no, probably not there, because there isn't that activity, even though it's fabulous that Y Combinator is promoting it. As previously blessed, and now seems, as far as we can tell, to have semi-abandoned it. So there are many other places that we could go to get these things. There are some projects which are very much along in this orientation. For instance, projects from Bon Terms. But we thought that we would do ours from a wonderful collection of documents created by a very good lawyer that go under the name of techcontracts.com. There's a book that goes with this. This is a steady, long-term set of documents and improvements and education around it and so forth. And fairly recently, that's not the right place for it. Fairly recently, there was a the author of this, David Tallon, published something about what would it mean if we were to open source contract documents. Watch out for that, for this trend, because it's very powerful, and they have the kindness to mention the CommonAccord project in this right there. Okay, so with that as background, there is a form on the tech contracts for a SaaS service. They've got a very simple form. We're going to use their somewhat more complex form. And what we'll do in the course of a number of videos is to show a complete flow of how you would bring the Word document format of this into GitHub, into a source format, into the ProseObjects source format, and then instantiate that for a particular transaction and use the BlockScience platform in order to actually integrate that form of agreement into your workflow along with the rest of your data science management. Okay, so that's our goal. And what we'll do is we'll show how we will create a new project on GitHub at the CommonAccord account and port the Word document into that, and then do the things in order to turn that into granular objects, and then instantiate. So that's our agenda, and we'll close this video right here and point you to the next one where we begin the actual work. Thank you.